To Checkers Library TV. I am your host, Checkers the Inventor. I'm an inventor. I build machines, robots, all sorts of cool stuff. I'm joined today by my robot pal, Snoozer.
Hello, everyone. So good to be back.
Well, Snoozer, how are you doing today?
Fantastic-runio!
Oh, that's great. I'm doing really well, too, because I am super excited about this season. And don't forget, in a couple weeks, we have our holiday special. But for today, we have a lot of great things planned. We've got Dr. Jan coming on, doing a health mystery. Mrs. Hamilton's got some really cool books all about winter. Of course, Snoozer's got a great joke of the week. I've got more exciting things coming, so we'll get to that stuff a little bit later. But right now, let's just take some time to talk about some of the things we are celebrating for this week. Let's see, what do we have first up? First up, we have on December 13th, it is National Horse Day. National Horse Day. Well, that's exciting. Do you guys like horses? You ever ridden a horse before? Snoozer, let me ask you this. Have you ever ridden a horse before?
Yes, but I do not have legs. Just wheels. So I fell off the horse and bumped my little head.
Oh, that's too bad. Poor Snoozer. Well, there might be different things you guys have done. Maybe you've actually had a chance to ride on your own horse. I've never ridden on a horse myself, but I do like reading about them, and that is something you guys can do. If you have a chance this week, check out a book all about horses. Hey, Zot, let me pull up Zot. Zot, can you show us some different books about horses that we could check out?
Zot the Robot at your service. Today's selections are Hide That Horse, Robert the Rose Horse, Noni the Pony, and Rosie's Magic Horse. All fantastic children's literature. Goodbye.
Thank you, Zod. Thank you so much. That's exciting. So if you have a chance, check out one of those books about horses. If you can't find any of those books, just ask your library if they have different books about horses. And maybe your library will have a really good book for you. Great time. That's on December 13th. So all of December, we can be celebrating the National Horse Day as we look forward to that. But just a week after that, that's going to be my birthday. My birthday is on December 20th, which is the last day of fall before we get to December 21st. And December 21st is winter solstice. Now, do you guys know what winter solstice is? That is when the season changes from fall to winter solstice. So that's the first day of winter. It's also what we call the shortest day of the year and the longest night of the year. And that means it's going to get dark really, really early in the day. All of a sudden, you look outside and it's pitch black. It's like it's the middle of the night, but it might only be like 5 o'clock. So that's one of those interesting times of year where it's really dark for a long time. So if that is the shortest day of the year, Snoozer, what do you think the longest day of the year is?
October 16th.
October 16th. No, Snoozer, October 16th wouldn't be the longest day of the year. Why would you pick October 16th?
Because it's the day before my birthday! It feels so long.
Oh, Snoozer. Oh my gosh. Do we ever have anything like that where you have your birthday coming up or something you're really looking forward to and then the day before just feels so long? Well, that is Snoozer's answer. October 16th. Snoozer's longest day of the year. But the actual answer is this date. It is called summer solstice. So we're talking about winter solstice in December. Summer solstice is in June. It's usually June 20th, sometimes June 21st, June 22nd. One of those days. It's not the same day every year, but that's when spring turns into summer. So that is the longest day of the year, the first day of summer. Well, that's pretty cool. Here's another one I want to talk about. It is on December 20th. That is also my birthday, but it is National Games Day. National Games Day. Wow. Well, we like to play games all year round, but sometimes in winter when it gets a little bit colder out, we don't know what we're gonna do outside. There's things you can do outside, but sometimes it's nice to spend time inside with your family or friends and play games. So what games do you guys like playing? There's all sorts of things you can do, but Snoozer, let me ask you this. What is your favorite game to play?
Jenga. But sometimes I make a mistake and it makes a big mess.
Oh, I agree, Snoozer. Yeah, Jenga's really tricky, trying to get those little bricks out and trying not to knock the tower. Have you ever played Jenga before? It's a fun game, but sometimes, yeah, it can be a little bit messy. Well, toys are a form of games. Games and toys go together really well. So later we're going to be having a really special edition of Toys in Time, and that's where we're going to be talking about toys of the past or the present, and we have one today that fits perfectly into the winter season. So looking forward to that. Coming up a little bit later today, we're talking about an exciting toy. It involves a snow monster. That's going to be cool. All right, another thing that's going on. It is on December 28th. It is National Playing Card Day. And those cards are the cards that have the Jack, the King, the Queen, the Aces on them. You know those cards. Maybe you have a favorite game to play with those cards, but one of the things I did when I was younger, I didn't really know what to do with all those cards. They had numbers on them and I didn't understand it, but what I would do is just look at the different pictures on the face cards. So sometimes they would look the same. Sometimes they look a little bit different, where you get to see what the King looks like, and then you'd see the Queen, you'd see what the Jack looks like, and sometimes they would be different on different decks. So you'd have one deck of cards that looked one way and one that looked another way. And sometimes there would be special editions, like they would have Scooby-Doo cards or Star Wars cards or things like that, where they would have Scooby-Doo dressed as a king. Different fun things like that. So every time I got one of those decks of cards, I would just look through them to see how they looked different or the same, and it was something I enjoyed very much. So, do you have a favorite thing to do with playing cards? Are you old enough that you've played games with playing cards? Some games are really simple, and some games are really tricky, and only adults play them. So, there's all sorts of things you can do with those cards, but it's one of the things that gets you to use your imagination, and you can imagine all sorts of things to do with those cards and play different kinds of games. So that's cool. That's on December 28th. But we have, as I mentioned, a great show with all sorts of exciting guests, Snoozer, Checkers, and a whole bunch more. So let's get right to it. Let's get to the show, and we will check back with you later right here on Checkers Library TV.
Did you know? Horses have been domesticated for over 5,000 years. Horses have around 205 bones in their skeleton. Yeah, that's a lot. Horses can run shortly after birth. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Horses gallop at around 27 miles per hour. The library has tons of books about horses. Visit the library to learn more.
The story I'm going to read to you today is called Snow, and the author is Manya Stovcik. This is a great big book, so I needed a lot of room to spread out here. Owl ruffled her feathers. The snow is coming, she said wisely. I know snow. The geese were gathering. Snow? They said with a shiver. Our lake will freeze. Yes, the snow is coming, said Moose. I can smell it on the breeze. Ah, snow, Bear yawned. Time for me to be sleeping. Hare snuggled her bunnies. Winter brings snow, my honeys, and our white coats. Oh, snow, said Fox. Those clouds are full of snow. And then it snowed. White snowflakes swirled in the sky, some very big, some very small, all very gentle. The forest was still. It was covered with a sparkling blanket. My fur looks like fire, bristled Fox, against this white snow. We are as white as we can be, giggled the bunnies, white as snow. Snow, snow, so sleepy, mumbled Bear as he drifted into dreams. I love the crisp air, sniffled Moose, just after it snows. South! We'll fly south, honked the geese. So long, snow. The snow will stay, said Owl, but one spring day it will drip, drop, melt away. I know snow, she said wisely, but I sing spring. All right, now that's a great story to get us ready for the winter season. So I'll see you next time on Storytime Theater.
If you would like to email Checkers and Snoozers, send your emails to checkers@checkerslibrarytv.com. We always look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome to Toys in Time, where we talk about toys of the past and the present, and today we're going back over 20 years to a very special toy that I actually grew up playing with. And here it is. Now it looks pretty simple. This is called the Fisher-Price All-in-One Adventure Arctic Expedition, and it's right here, but it looks pretty small. There's more to it than you might think. Now, in the 1990s, Fisher-Price had a series of toys called Great Adventures. You had castles like this one right here. Some of you may have seen this before. There were pirates. There were all sorts of things that they were creating. Really imaginative adventures where you could play with toys and take yourself almost anywhere. We might talk about some of those toys on future episodes, but today, this is what I've got. Now, they, in the late 1990s, started making all-in-one adventures where you could pretty much take your toy with you and hold it in your hand. It wasn't this big castle, maybe a smaller castle, and this was one of them. So, it came with these things. You have this abominable snow monster, and he's got his big rover that he rides around in the snow with. But, if you open him inside, you find a little secret. There is another toy inside. How cool is that? You can break them apart and put them right back together. On the inside, you've got this guy right here. And look at this guy. He's a little Arctic explorer. He can fit right in my thumb. Now, he's got some cool details on him. He's got goggles on. He's got a backpack. He's got a pickaxe so he can cut through the ice and maybe find some gold. He's also got binoculars so we can see far distances, and he's got a yellow rover. So what you do with these guys, you could do a lot of things. Maybe there's a chase going on where you've got the snow monster trying to catch up to him. Maybe it's going the other way around. Who knows? Maybe he's trying to catch the snow monster. Or maybe the snow monster catches and eats our character here. The Arctic explorer gets eaten. There's so many adventures you can go on, but I really like how it's small, simple, and you can do a lot with it. Snoozer, what do you like about this set?
I like that big snowman. He looks grouchy, but cute also. This adventure is going to be great.
I absolutely agree, Snoozer. Well, we could spend all day talking about this just like every toy, but we don't want to do that. Let's take a closer look. Whew. Well, here we are.
Whew! It's cold! Checkers! Why couldn't we go to a tropical island or something?
Oh, you're cold? Snoozer, you have a built-in heater.
Oh, right. Ah, that's better.
It looks like someone's coming.
Can I help you?
Wow, it's great to meet you. I'm Checkers the Inventor.
Oh, okay. What's your name there, little fellow?
I am Snoozer! Watch this!
Haha, very impressive. I'm an Arctic explorer. I'm looking for a giant snow monster.
A snow monster?
That's right. I've been looking high and low, but I haven't had any luck. Starting to think it's not out here.
Of course not. There's no such thing as snow monsters. Silly explorer.
Whoa!
Oh no!
Hey!
Checkers, what do we do? We're trapped!
We need to find some way out. My feet are frozen upside down.
My wheels are stuck too! Did you hear something?
Oh, Snoozer, I can't turn my head. Don't.
I'm panicking!
My cool tool! It must have fallen out of my pocket. If I could just reach it.
He's coming closer!
Snoozer, hurry, use your vacuum to bring it towards me.
Okay!
Got it! Brace yourself, Snoozer.
Sorry, Groucho Snowman. We were just trying to... Oh, never mind! Ah!
Snoozer! Hey, pull that lever on the right for me.
Are you okay?
Me? I'm fine, but my rover's busted.
I have some tools. Hey, maybe we can fix it. All right, give it some power, Snoozer.
Hey, you fixed it! Thanks!
Did you hear something?
We better get moving.
But that rover is too small for us to fit in!
Think I have an idea.
Whee!
Uh-oh, Snoozer, he's gaining on us.
Hey! Mr. Explorer! Step on it!
You got it. Well, I appreciate your help today. That was quite an adventure.
No problem!
So, where will you explore next?
I've had quite enough for today. I think my next expedition is going to happen from home.
All right, well, we better get going. It was great to meet you.
Bye-bye! Woo! That was close.
Oh, it's not so bad here. I should have thought to bring a coat. What was I thinking going into such a cold environment? But that was awesome, experiencing my childhood memories, getting to play with those toys like never before. That was exciting, and I look forward to checking out more toys, either Arctic Explorers or Castles, Dragons. So many things we can do. We will check out more toys with you guys next time, right here on Toys in Time.
If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be.
I'd sit outside with my mouth open wide. If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. If all the snowflakes were candy bars and milkshakes, oh, what a snow that would be. I'd sit outside with my mouth open wide. If all the snowflakes were candy bars and milkshakes, oh, what a snow that would be. If all the sunbeams were jelly beans and ice cream, oh, what a sun that would be. I'd sit outside with my mouth open wide. If all the sunbeams were jelly beans and ice cream, oh, what a sun that would be.
Oh, hi everyone! How are you doing? I'm Dr. Dan and welcome to my office. This is where I try to solve some of the biggest health mysteries out there today. Now today, I'm working on something that I'm sure many of you have had many times, and that is fruit juice. The other day when I was seeing patients in my doctor's office, one of them asked me about fruit juice and if fruit juice is healthy. To be honest, I wasn't sure. I'm always telling all my patients to eat lots and lots of fruit. There's all kinds of great stuff in fruit, vitamins, minerals, fiber, all that great stuff. But I wasn't sure about fruit juice. So this is a mystery I just had to solve. Now in order to solve this mystery, I'll need some sugar cubes, some apple juice, some soda, and an apple. Now the reason I think fruit is so healthy is because of all the great nutrients that you get when you eat fruit. Now there is some sugar in fruit, but that's okay. It's not too much, and to get too much sugar in your diet with fruit, you'd have to eat a lot of it. Now let's come on over here and look at our suspects and see if we can find out who is guilty of too much sugar. Now let's look at this glass of soda. This is an 8-ounce glass of soda. Do you have any idea how much sugar is in that soda? If you don't know, that's fine, I'll help you out. It's 24 grams of sugar. Now each one of these sugar cubes is 4 grams. So if we do a little bit of math, let's see if we can figure out how many of these sugar cubes are in that glass of soda. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are 6 sugar cubes in each 8-ounce glass of soda. That's a lot of sugar, right? Way more sugar than we should have a lot. We should only have that once in a while. Now, let's look over here at our apple juice. A lot healthier, right? Well, not so fast. How much sugar do you think is in that glass of apple juice? 15? 20? 10? None of those. It's actually exactly the same. 24 grams of sugar in this 8-ounce glass of apple juice. That's a lot of sugar, right? Let's show it with our cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There is the exact same amount of sugar cubes in the soda and the apple juice. Believe it or not, they're both full of unhealthy amounts of sugar. Now let's come over here to our apple. Do you think there's as much sugar in the apple as there is in the apple juice and the soda? Well, I'll help you out. There are 12 grams of sugar in 1 cup of sliced apples. So let's do that with our sugar cubes. There is 1, 2, and 3 cubes of sugar in that apple. So there is exactly 1/2 the amount of sugar in this cup of apple slices as there is in this cup of soda and this cup of apple juice. Pretty surprising, huh? Not only is there much less sugar, but there's all of those vitamins and minerals and fibers in this cup of apple slices that we're not getting from these two. So everyone, I think it's safe to say this case is closed. We have 2 guilty subjects and 1 innocent subject. We want to make sure we're always eating more fruits like bananas and apples and oranges and pears instead of juices like orange juice and apple juice and pear juice. You can have those once in a while, but always stick to fruits. All right, everyone. Well, I'm Dr. Dan. Don't forget to join me next time when we solve another incredible health mystery. But until then, everyone, remember, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
And now it's time for...
The joke of the week. Why are writers always chilly? Because they are surrounded by giraffes. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Checkers Loves Books. This is the part of the show where I talk about books that I think you guys would love, and books you should definitely be reading, books that I certainly love. And today I've got 4 different books, but 2 of them are very similar because they're by the same author and have the same characters in them. But they're all about winter and snow and things you can do in winter, and I think you'll enjoy these books. But remember, your library has so many books, some books I may have never even heard of, all about winter, snow, things to do in December and January and all those winter months that I think you're going to enjoy also. So if you get a chance, just ask your library if they have books that they think you would like, and maybe they'll come up with ideas that I, like I said, haven't even heard of before. So there's a lot of options, but let me just talk about some. First up, this is called Snow by Roy McKee and P.D. Eastman. Now this is very much in the style of some of the classic Dr. Seuss books. It's got 2 characters who just want to go out and have fun in snow. What do I like about this book? Well, there's a couple things. First of all, it rhymes. I liked reading books that rhymed. I still do. It's fun because you get to kind of follow what's happening with the story, and one word rhymes and then you see what's going to rhyme with that word. And as you go, it's almost like a song where it just kind of works really well together and you'll enjoy reading it that way. Another thing I like about this book is all the things that it tells you about things you can do in snow. And I really didn't think about all the things that I do, but if you break it down, you can build a snowman, you can have a snowball fight, you can go sledding, you can go skiing, you can play games with friends. There are many options. If you're in an area that has snow, I'm sure you really like doing all sorts of things in the whole winter season. And this book has a lot of fun with doing that. So I like reading it during winter, but you could read this book all year round. Another thing it does is reminds you that the winter season doesn't last too long. So make sure you take advantage of it. You do all the things that they do in this book. Build a big snowman, make a big snowball, and do all that stuff in the winter season if you get a chance. But if you are in an area that has snow, you can always use your imagination, read books like this, and enjoy the season as well. All right, well, other book here. This is 2 books, but they're by the same author and they look pretty similar. And this one is called One Snowy Night. This is by M. Christina Butler and Tina McNaughton. And then this book is called One Winter's Day. So they look similar, they've got similar artwork, but they're about different things. Now this book here, this is One Winter's Day, and it is about Little Hedgehog's nest blowing away, and he's lost and he needs to find his friends, and it's an adventure. You see what happens as the wind is coming in his face, it's snowing, and it's really pretty scary for Little Hedgehog, but he's got friends who are able to help him out and make sure that he feels better by the end of the story. So here are some of the things I like. First of all, both of these books have a touch and feel aspect where you can actually feel the hat that Little Hedgehog is wearing and the gloves he's got on. So they're soft, just like real gloves and hats. And that's kind of interesting. Each page, as you turn the page, you can see part of the page that you can feel. That's something that I like about this book. I like the artwork. They got the different animals that Hedgehog is friends with. You've got his friend Badger and the other animals that join him on his journey. It's funny, it's fun, you're going to love this book. And the other book is also, as I mentioned, similar, but it's about something with the hedgehog where he gets a gift from Father Christmas. We also usually call that Santa Claus. It's a hat that doesn't really fit, so he gifts it to his friend, and that friend can't really use it, so they gift it to their friend, and it just goes on, people gifting the gift until there's sort of a surprise ending. So it teaches you to be, thankful for what you have. You've got good friends in your life, and sometimes you have something that you don't think you need, but you also find out at the end of the story maybe you do need it in some way. So sort of interesting. It's sort of a twist in the story that I think you'll like. But these are fun books, so if you can find these books, they've got books that you can feel something. Have you ever had a book where you feel something? I remember I read a book once that had a rabbit and it was really soft. So this kind of reminded me of that. I always like when there's something special going on in the book. Either you pull something out or there's something like that where you can feel. That's always something additional that the book brings that I enjoy. But the last book I'm going to talk about is called Frosty the Snowman. Have you ever heard of Frosty the Snowman? There's a song all about Frosty the Snowman. There was some movies about Frosty the Snowman. You've probably seen Frosty in one way or another, but this is a book, one of the original books using Frosty the Snowman. Now, I just found out Frosty the Snowman is 70 years old. Yes, the first Frosty the Snowman story came out in 1950. So that was 70 years ago that we had the first Frosty the Snowman. Now it's all about a snowman who some children make, and they put a hat on him and he comes to life, and he causes a little bit of trouble because he's a snowman, walking around the town and people don't know what to do about Frosty. I love this book because this is one of the original stories of Frosty the Snowman, and I just love how the artwork looked. Now this is back before people used computers to create illustrations, so they drew these by hand, and you can really tell they put a lot of work into creating this lovely set of characters and Frosty right in the middle, all the colors. It's really, really nice to look at, and I like this book very much. And I like the story of Frosty the Snowman. Everyone's happy. It rhymes really well. It's something that people enjoy and for many, many years, and that's why the character's been around so long, because kids just love imagining a snowman coming to life. That's something that really takes a lot of imagination. Every time I made a snowman when I was younger and when I make one now, I always wish it came to life just like Frosty. So you can use your imagination as you read Frosty the Snowman. So those are the books, winter themed. I hope you enjoy them. And don't forget to ask your library what other ideas they have. We'll check out more books here on Checkers Loves Books.
Would you like the chance to have your very own keepsake of Checkers and Snoozer in your home? Now you can have your own Checkers and Snoozer books or your own Snoozer plush toy. Excellent for birthdays, holiday presents, special achievements, or just to have the fun of Checkers and Snoozer in your family's home. Order yours today at www.checkerstheinventor.com store.
Checkers Library TV is made possible by libraries across America. Support your local library today. Wow, thank you so much for joining us today for another great edition of Checkers Library TV. We had a lot of fun today. We talked about winter things to do. We had a great time showing you our different toys on Toys in Time and experiencing them. Snoozer, I really, really liked your joke this week. That was a classic.
No problemo! I love my cute little jokes.
Don't forget, we do have a contest this week. What you guys are going to do is drawing a winter scene on a normal sheet of paper that's 8.5 by 11 for our moms and dads watching. You're going to draw that scene and you're going to show it to your library. So you can either take a picture of it and send it to your library. If your library has an opportunity for you guys to come in and actually hand it to them, you can do that. You could have the curbside pickup when you guys are picking up books. You hand them your special winter drawing. So things like that, any way you want, you can get it to your library. You could also try to scan it. If you have a scanner at home with your moms and dads, you can scan that picture right to your library and you will submit that and have a chance to win a special prize. Snoozer, what is the special prize for this week?
The winner gets a new book, Snoozer Meets Dr. Dan, featuring me, Snoozer, and Dr. Dan.
Ooh, my goodness, you have a chance to win the Checkers and Snoozer book. It's got me in it, it's got Snoozer in it, all sorts of great stuff. Of course, Dr. Dan's going to teach Snoozer that going to the doctor isn't scary, especially when you have a real nice doctor like Dr. Dan. All right, well, that's a great book. Make sure you participate in the contest this month. And don't forget, we have another show in a couple of weeks, the holiday special, the Checkers and Snoozer holiday special. Of course, we'll have a short little show for you guys next week in between, but in 2 weeks comes the holiday special, and that is fantastic. All the holidays that are coming up at the end of the December season. But thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll be back with you guys shortly, right here on Checkers Library TV.